don't know you will find any Trinidadian who would say, let's celebrate the life of Yasin Bakr, because those of us who were close up to what happened on July 27th will tell you that some of us have not recovered from that event at all. I mean, it's not every day in your life you come across a group of marauding youngsters with guns that are bigger than they are, and you would ask them, well, what are you doing here? How old are you? There was a guy in there who, as far as I remember, was 13 years old. And when we said, well, what are you doing here? How come you're part of this? He said, I came to play football in the compound of the Jamaat. And at about 5 o'clock, I think it was, they just called us all together and started to hand out these rifles, these guns. And you hand out, and they had no particular set of instructions, so you could imagine the mayhem that was possible on that given day. Reminds me of Grenada as well, when there was the coup, and people lie down on the beach, and one tourist was saying to the other, do you know there was a coup taking place in this country? And the person didn't know. Nobody knew what was happening, or those who should have known a little better were not able to say, yes, there is something happening out there, you know what was and what was. And I went into Grenada at the behest of the CARICOM secretariat where I worked. And I saw for myself, yes, indeed, the guns were as tall as the youngsters carrying it. And there were youngsters who were not sure where the next meal was coming from. And those are some of the things that we have to put in context when we discuss Abu Bakr. And anybody who feels that it's going to be okay, it could become routine, that you're dissatisfied with something. So you arm yourselves and you arm those people around you, and you feel that because a gun is a fearful thing, that you're going to succeed and that you will be able to carry the country forward.
Grenadians, if they should vote and put the NDC in office, they would have to be patient and be willing to work hard and with sufficient sacrifice to bring Grenada to where it could become a viable country. Because at this point in time, quite frankly, I am satisfied that the economy of the country is ruined. And I mean that.
Yes, Finsley. But to your earlier point, and let us unpack what you said. You want the NDC to restructure itself. What do you mean by restructuring? What does that look like to you?
Is in terms of restructuring, that is to ensure that whatever they put in place, they put the right people in place with the right mindset, and that the party has the right mindset as to, if it takes the country to go forward, how would it satisfy the needs of the community that it serves? We
Mhm.
we have to structure the country in such a way that people will put they will put confidence. And if they put confidence, then they would be willing to work. They would be willing to get there and put themselves out to help Grenada. In other words, every Grenadian, you must have the party in such a way that every Grenadian become committed to the restructuring of Grenada because it is destroyed.
How does NDC avoid the pitfalls of the past? What some might say are the curses of the past, where, for example, between 2008 and 2013, when the last NDC was in government, you had several internal conflicts that really affected the public image of the party as one that had issues of competence. How then do you address issues that suggest that you are not necessarily a viable alternative while you are trying to attract new members?
But let me tell you this, Kellon. First of all, there is no doubt in the minds of Grenadians that the NDC is the vehicle through which we are going to effect change in Grenada. And I say so not speculatively. I say so because we have done the necessary studies. So I speak on a scientific basis now that the people of Grenada believe that the NDC is the vehicle through which we are going to rescue our country from the grip of a dictatorship that we now are experiencing.
Let's get to the people who are vying for the position of leadership. But before I do, would you be again contesting the position of public relations officer, or do you have plans of contesting another executive position on the executive? And if so, what is that position?
Just to answer you very briefly, because remember, our elections they're internal, and I know that there's a public interest. But so as to minimize on the unnecessary intrigue and drama, we'd like to keep our internal processes.
No, I'm sorry.
Internal. So hold on. I'm answering you.
Yeah. So don't filibuster. Answer the question. What
No,
would you potentially be
I was getting to it.
Okay. All right. Please proceed.
Yes.
Please proceed.
So I will not be contesting the position of PRO in the upcoming convention. I will be contesting the position of deputy political leader of the party.
Okay, deputy political leader of the party. Okay, what made you come to that decision?
Having carefully considered the circumstance of the organization now, all the available resources of the party, personnel and otherwise, and having taken advice from several people who I know have the party's interests at heart, Grenada's interests at heart, and my own interests at heart, I came to the conclusion that I will best serve the organization and the country in that role at this time.